without tags. It's something that's becoming more and more popular. Everybody wants to know, how do you do it? How do you get away with it? They can only tell you how to drive your car or your vehicle or your carriage because it's their property. When we take and register our titles with the county or with the BMV, what we're doing, we're effectively giving them our vehicle as collateral, and therefore they can tell us how we operate it. Now, what I do, I take and kill off the title. You take the title, and you write "for export" across the title like that. And you send that back to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles with a notice. That effectively kills that title, and now your bill of sale is your proof of ownership. Their Supreme Court states that a bill of sale is a higher form of title or a higher form of proof of ownership than their certificate of title. So whenever you're doing this, you're exporting this from corporate America or corporate United States to private America. And they no longer have any jurisdiction over it. Here's a letter I wrote to the Bureau on my vehicle. To whom it may concern, I, James Thomas McBride, am the trustee in fact for James T. McBride and a private postmaster of a non-independent postal zone under the jurisdiction of the UPU. As private postmaster and member of the Society of Light, I stand in the light my feet deeply rooted in Mother Earth via the DNA, and do not stand in the world of commerce or in corporate America. I'm telling them my standing and capacity here. I am not standing in your commercial world. I am standing in the light. I'm separated. I'm standing outside the United States. Please find enclosed certificate of title number, and I put the title numbers here for the certificates of registration for certificate of title and a certificate of registration for the plates, which are being returned to you as I am exporting these carriages from the corporate United States back to private America as the private property of James Thomas McBride, private postmaster. As I travel in the land commonly known as America, my carriage will be clearly marked as private property of James Thomas McBride, private postmaster, so that the agents and or employees of your administrative agencies can identify me as standing without the United States. You are instructed to inform the agents, employees, and contractors of the administrative agencies affiliated with the United States, State of Ohio, Ohio Highway Patrol, etc., so as to protect them and your administrative agencies from any loss for unlawfully restricting the liberties of a private postmaster. I will continue to display your tag number such and such for up to 30 days to provide you time to make the necessary notifications in your computers. Full disclosure. I don't want to have to explain this to every cop on the side of the highway. So I inform them in advance. Here's what's going on. Here's who I am. Here's a description of my carriage. Here's why you're not going to mess with me, and here's what's going to happen when you do. In the event that one of your agents, employees, and or contractors of any of the franchise administrative agencies of the United States should restrict the liberties of James Thomas McBride, you hereby agree to provide compensation in the amount of 1 troy ounce of gold or gold coin for every 60 seconds that my liberties are restricted. You further agree to provide compensation in the amount of 100 troy ounces of fine gold or gold coin for every time that any agent, employee, and or contractors, as described above, should confiscate my carriage. And 1,000 troy ounces for any time they should kidnap or take my body into possession in any way. This is a contract, folks. They're corporations. This is how you deal with corporations. They want to contract with us? All right, let us determine the terms and conditions of the contract. You further agree that you shall provide immediate compensation for all violations, and that any delay beyond 72 hours shall constitute a commercial dishonor and shall give rise to triple compensation, and your consent to the Postmaster General, John E. Potter, as compliant agent to ensure compliance in this matter. I signed it as the postmaster. I had it notarized. I put my stamp down here in the corner. That gives me enforceability, and I sent them to them. I gave them 30 days, actually gave them about 28 days, and then took them off. Now they know. And this is how you drive without a license. This is how you drive without tags. It is private property. It is no longer in their jurisdiction. And I mean private. It is no longer in their commercial system. This is how you do it. You'll notice my tags out there. You'll see private postmaster standing in the light without the United States. Standing and capacity. Standing in the light without the United States, acting the capacity of a postmaster general. These are the two things that in any court or in any action, these are the two things that matter. Standing and capacity. They assume that we are standing in their commercial system and that we are acting in the capacity of a beneficiary. This little symbol here on my vehicle and on my tags instantly identifies my standing and capacity, and then lets them know that I am not in their commercial system. This is important. You'll notice the front window is marked with this. The back door is marked. The car is marked. The car is marked in 4 places on each door with the symbol, with my seal. On the front and back with the standing and capacity. These are the things that you need to understand. These are the two things that will keep you out of trouble. These are the two things that are assumed in every court action. And these are the things you have to overcome.